Welcome to Back Bike Beat. The 2026 Honda NX500 Baja is more than just another middleweight adventure bike, it's a revival of Honda's rally raid spirit built into a package that is approachable, reliable, and modern. When you first see the Baja, you notice how it borrows visual cues from Honda's storied past. The tall stance, rally-inspired front end with dual headlight styling, and protective bodywork immediately bring to mind the legendary XR 250 Baja from the 90s, a machine that became iconic among long-distance trail riders. But this is no retro throwback. Honda has reimagined the DNA for today's world of adventure touring and off-road escapades, combining contemporary engineering with the sort of rugged durability the Baja name demands. Powering the NX500 Baja is Honda's well-proven 471 cubic centimeters liquid-cooled parallel twin. Riders familiar with the CB500X or CBR500R will recognize this engine's character: smooth, friendly, and flexible, yet eager when asked to perform. Output hovers around 47 horsepower and 32 pound-feet of torque, making it both A2 license compliant in many regions and more than adequate for riders in North America looking for a balance between efficiency and punch. The 6-speed gearbox paired with an assist and slipper clutch makes gear changes seamless, especially helpful when negotiating steep descents on dirt or aggressive downshifts on asphalt. Riding the Baja feels different from its road-biased NX500 sibling. The chassis has been adapted for harsher terrain, with longer suspension travel and geometry that encourages control over loose surfaces. At the front sits a Showa 41mm separate function fork with big piston technology, delivering compliance and stability. Travel is generous enough to swallow potholes, rocks, and whoops without unsettling the rider, but not so tall that road handling feels vague. At the rear, a preload adjustable monoshock balances comfort and load carrying. Together, this setup means the Baja can cruise highways without wallowing yet still handle rutted trails with confidence. Wire-spoked wheels emphasize its off-road readiness, with a 19-inch front and 17-inch rear combination offering a good compromise between nimble road manners and the ability to mount adventure-grade tires. Honda engineers knew that adventure riders spend long hours in the saddle, so ergonomics have been a central focus. The seating position is upright, with wide handlebars allowing easy leverage both seated and standing. The seat itself is shaped for comfort on distance rides, and the subframe accommodates luggage or a passenger with ease. Practicality extends to sturdy handguards, a tall windscreen designed to reduce buffeting, and strategically placed grab rails that double as mounting points for soft bags or pannier racks. Ground clearance is improved over the road-going NX500, meaning obstacles that might stop a commuter bike are shrugged off here. Electronics are subtle but present where they count. A crisp TFT display provides the rider with all essential information, including fuel consumption, gear position, and trip data. Backlighting and visibility have been optimized for bright desert sun or low-light mountain conditions. Honda equips the Baja with standard ABS, tuned to be less intrusive off-road, and traction control may be included or at least offered as an option depending on market. The philosophy remains simplicity first. This is a machine meant to be ridden in the dust and rain for years without the rider worrying about a web of sensors or software updates. Yet, it still feels modern enough to compete against bikes in its class. Performance on the road remains one of the strongest reasons to choose the NX500 Baja. That parallel twin is smooth at highway speeds, with sixth gear keeping revs low and fuel economy high. Expect consumption figures in the 60 miles per gallon range, meaning real-world touring range of over 250 miles from the tank is achievable depending on conditions. On twisty mountain passes, the Baja surprises with agility. It's not razor-sharp like a sport bike, but it holds lines with confidence and feels planted even when pushed harder than expected. The brakes, dual discs up front and a single at the rear, provide ample stopping power, and the ABS calibration ensures safety without robbing feel. Where the Baja shines is in the transition zone, those sections where pavement crumbles into gravel, or a paved road gives way to a dirt fire trail. Here, the bike feels natural, never out of its element. Riders coming from pure street machines will find it a revelation, while dirt riders will respect its composure. Honda's decision to revive the Baja name also speaks to their recognition of a growing segment of riders. Adventure bikes are everywhere now, but many are massive machines tipping the scales at 500 pounds or more with intimidating seat heights and complex electronics. The NX500 Baja strikes at the heart of what riders actually need: approachable weight around 430 pounds, moderate seat height just shy of 33 inches, simple controls, and affordability. It's a bike you can drop on a trail without crying over repair bills, yet one you'd be proud to park in front of a cafe. Speaking of affordability, Honda has priced the standard NX500 at $7,399 in the United States plus destination charges. The Baja, with its upgraded hardware and styling, is expected to sit closer to the $8,000 mark, possibly nudging toward $9,000 depending on final specifications and market. That places it below many European rivals while offering Honda's unmatched dealer support and parts availability. In Canada, pricing is listed around $9,500 Canadian dollars, with similar adjustments expected elsewhere. For what it delivers in capability, styling, and practicality, the value proposition is strong. Riders can realistically enter the adventure category with a brand new, warranty-backed machine for the cost of a used high-end competitor. Out on the trail, the Baja's character becomes clear. Roll into a sandy wash, stand on the pegs, and the bike responds willingly. The engine's broad torque curve makes low-speed maneuvering easy, and the suspension tracks across uneven surfaces without harshness. Take it onto the highway after that and the same bike happily hums along at 70 miles per hour, stable, efficient, and comfortable. Few machines strike that balance as naturally. It's not about being extreme in either direction, but about providing a bridge that makes the journey itself more inviting. Long-distance riders will appreciate Honda's attention to details like LED lighting, efficient cooling, and thoughtful ergonomics. Service intervals are generous, parts are inexpensive compared to premium European brands, and mechanical accessibility means even modestly skilled riders can handle basic maintenance. It's a machine built to be lived with, not just admired from afar. For those considering competitors, the NX500 Baja slots neatly against bikes like the Kawasaki Versys X300, the Yamaha Tenere 700, and KTM's 390 Adventure. Against the lighter Kawasaki, the Baja offers more power and comfort. Against the Tenere, it's less aggressive off-road but more approachable for average riders. Against the KTM, it trades raw performance for Honda's unmatched reliability and broader dealer network. The emotional side of the Baja cannot be overstated. For many, Honda's XR Baja machines were dream bikes seen in magazines or on dusty trails during rally seasons. Reviving that name brings with it nostalgia, but Honda has wisely backed it with real substance. It feels like a bike designed to create stories. These are the moments that define adventure motorcycling, and the Baja seems engineered to enable them rather than intimidate riders out of them. Closing out this review, the NX500 Baja is a reminder of what makes Honda successful in the adventure category. A solid engine, well-tuned suspension, usable electronics, thoughtful ergonomics, and styling that stirs the imagination. Priced within reach and supported globally, it is set to become one of the standout bikes in the mid-capacity adventure market. Whether you're dreaming of desert rallies or just want a machine that takes you confidently from weekday commute to weekend exploration, this bike has the DNA to do it all. That's the 2026 Honda NX500 Baja, Honda's rally spirit reborn for a new generation of riders.